Hello, how are you? Uh, right, it's all a bit crazy today, but we're back. So welcome to another FFS Universe live stream with me. That's me, and yeah, it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. So we'll just have to see how things are going. Okay. Uh, yeah. Let's. Sounds like that's good. Let's see if this chat is working. We'll see. We'll see if that pops up for you guys or not. Ah, yeah, it's a bit weird. Do. Don't know. Don't know. Night Spring. I'm guessing that's you, Tom. I might be wrong. Might be wrong. But hey, how you doing? Hey, Christopher, how you doing? Uh, right. Yes. Oh, Ernie's in. Stuart's in. Stuart's in. Stuart, you're never here. Well done. Let me turn that guy down. Yeah. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting a red signal kind of evening. Um, but I guess that's just what it is, isn't it? It's just how it is. Yeah. So if you're here, say hi. What are we doing? What are we doing? What we are doing? We're doing this. We're doing this tonight. I'm still learning it, so don't shoot me if I get a few things wrong. But I am still learning the art. So Andy's in. How you doing? Paul, 20 minutes. 20 minutes is probably all it is. All you need to see. So yeah, there we are. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me get rid of this one and I'll pop it up on something else, I reckon. Yeah. So I've been trying to get this sorted out for the last 2 days. Yesterday was an absolute nightmare. Had it all set up, had everything, and then oh, what happened? Little power cut, internet went down, and then after that, the machine just started doing really weird things. So it just said one of the temperature probes wasn't working. So it was going to overcook the plastic, and that's just not a thing. So, sort of, what was it, 10 to quarter two? I just said, no, not going to do it, not going to do it. But how are you all? It does feel like a very long time since we've done this. Andy's in. Other Andy, how are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Um, yeah, let's try this. There we are. Now I've got that one there. Big James, don't mind his name. All right, well, I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Dean's in. Dean's in. Oh, looks more professional. Well, yeah, it's professional if it works. So, but yeah, I've got lots of space. I can have a cup of tea. That's sorting itself out. So I suppose up up there's the control box, and so those those bits up there that are flashing for you, they're not really flashing here. But that's the temperatures and how everything's set up. That's the air compressor going off because we're running on air. So down here we've got a little air valve, comes up into this valve block, which then comes through, puts pressure on top, only at, oh, what am I on? Half 5 psi, 5 psi. So nothing major. Shouldn't have any big problems with that. Let me just move you down a little bit. Oh, hello, that's an extreme close up. Right. Oh, so let's who's who's it? Robert's in. Rob Pitt's in. How you doing? Do Cambridge Angler. Help me out. Help me out. Who's Cambridge Angler on the YouTube? Um, Ernie got your net today and you chuffed with it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yes, it is a good net. It is a good net. There's not much more to be said about the HTO net. It's I love the way you haven't got to worry about it. So I've got the Fox net, which you have to manually flip out, as in pull your thumb down. And when you've got a fish on, you're doing that, and you're trying to get that out. But the HTO one, rightly or wrongly, actually doesn't lock in the closed position, which I like because you just go flump and it's there and your net's deployed. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Jamie's in. Hi, Jamie. How you doing? Warren's been out fishing, 2 big perch in the town centre. Nice on a curly tail. Not one of mine then, so don't count. I'm joking. Well done. Cambridge Angler on here. I want to say Tiago. I want to say Tiago, but it could be. Yeah, yeah. I think that's you, Tiago. It's either Tiago or Jonathan or someone else. Yeah, there you go. It's Tiago. Can't call yourself a Cambridge anymore, mate. Not if you move into deepest, darkest Devon and Dorset. Right, just going to get something. Because this might interest some of you, it might interest none of you. Who knows? Who knows? But I had a little stock. There we go. Oh, magic. Had a little stock drop today from HTO. So blade scissors are back in. They're lovely. They're good. They're sharp as 10 men. Similar to the leader ones, but they're good scissors. Rig gum. Not a lot of people know about this. I prefer this to sliding float stops because you can just tie what you want on it. So tie a little stop knot, and there's your peg Texas. And if you don't like it, just cut it off. So better than a sliding float stop, in my opinion. What else came in? Back in stock, HTO multi-tools. These are awesome little bits of kit. Really sharp blades on them. Look after them, give them an oil, and they'll last. They'll last a while, a good while. I've still got mine, haven't lost them. And talking about losing them, something else that's come in. Springy lanyards. There you go. Get off my face. Get off my face. There we are. Springy lanyards. So they're in O-ring, split ring one end, and little carabiner the other end for attaching on. So they're in. And finally, on the what have you got in stock? I've got 2 bits now. I've got an HTO. I can't open this one. Let's have a look. It's an HTO drop, so funny old thing. It's HTO. Dun dun dun. HTO rod sleeve. The rod's up to 7'6". So I've got 2 more of these in stock. One's already gone. They're really nice. They're nice and padded. So yeah, that's that. And then the last thing, something I've been using a little bit more, which might surprise you because I'm a belt kind of guy, is I've been using one of these. And again, I'll take this out because mine's around the back. Um, there we go. It's a little, they call it a game, light game bag. And so if I'm fishing with the Shirasu shrimp, then I'm only taking a couple of tiny packets, some small 16 hooks, uh, some fluorocarbon, some £3 fluorocarbon, and disgorger. You need a disgorger with size 16 hooks. It's not a forceps job. It's yeah, size 16 hooks is a disgorger job, and that fits in there nice. It's a bit roadman baggy, but it's nice and light. It does have somewhere for your pliers to sit in, um, and I just hook my net over the strap. But that's a nice bag. 21 quid, and the rod sling or the rod bag is 26 quid. So there you go. Shameless plug. They're on the website now. I just noticed. Yeah, and that cool. It's a little logo. Uh, zipper dipper. There we go. Right, I've missed loads of chat, so I'll have a look at it. Let's have a look at the chat, and then we get on to making lures. I'm still trying to work out the temperatures and the pressure. Not so much the pressure, but the amount of time for plunging or what have you. But we'll get into it. Do, 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 do. Right, let's have a look. What have I missed? What have I missed? So we got Tiago when he came in. I didn't recognise who he was. Warren's had some perch from the town. Um, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. You fish what you got. You fish what you got, and you go catch them. You just go catch fish. Uh, my mate's been making custom jerk baits, so I've been after the pike for a bit. Need to get back on the perch. Yeah, Dean, I've seen you put the questions up about what braid and saying, yeah, I'm going to use 76-pound braid and .4 mono. I'm like, holy crap, that's as backing. But okay, he's clearly not throwing the little stuff at the moment. Uh, Jay Fisher's in. Hey Tom. Hey, you said hey Tom. Hey Jay, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Right. So you said, and I went, okay then. So that's what we're making. So these are, as you can see, there should be 3 on there, but there's only 2. That's the color. This is going to be the new red signal. So the old red signal wasn't quite, it was more of a solid red on the back. This is more of a ruby type red affair with green pumpkin, brown green pumpkin. So that is what we're making. And I've got a whole fresh rack. So what I made the other day with Andy, when he popped over for his little stop, because he was fishing the lure challenge that Predator Tackle are doing. So he had another round of that to play with. So he wanted some lures, and I sponsor him. So I said, okay, here we go, and let's make some. Let's see how you're going to get on with the. He still has some of the original Bama bug. So I'll have them. So I said, right, try the new ones, and there we go. Jay's all good, just resting after the operation. Yeah, well, hopefully you get well soon, mate. So, but it's done now, and that's it. You can tell I'm procrastinating. I'm procrastinating about opening this because I'm just hoping I've got it right. So down here, which you can't see, is a foot pedal. There's a foot pedal, and you can see the chain at the back there raises up the machine. Um, why did I get this machine? So one of the things that was happening, I was getting an RSI in my wrist when I was doing all the dual colours. That's the main reason why the dual colours left. Um, because trying to get that, and also they're very wasteful and a real bastard to do. That's why they left. So I was looking for a machine to help out with the strain injury and and actually make the colours better and more successful every time I shot a colour. I wanted it to be at least 80% successful. But the way you do it by hand and the way I design the molds, the layout of the molds, that was maybe a 60% success. So it was a very wasteful thing. So we just let's have a look. Oh, I may be shooting too cool. So I've taken the temperature right down, and that's what's happened. So we'll say no to that one. Uh, also, it looks like green pumpkin's coming out a little bit too fast, too much. So we'll take the temperature up to 270. I'm working in Fahrenheit. So we give that a chance to get back up. But as you can see, I've got a whole stack of molds here. So this is the 60mm Core 21, 40mm Core 21 in V, and 50mm K2s. So even with the shooting star, which is down here, you've still got an injector, a double injector, which because it comes out like that, if you get any wobble on this injector, that's going to mess up your shoot. So the shooting star is now going to be for single colours like Junebug. What other ones am I keeping? Let that one out, didn't I? Junebug, Firefly, uh, Zombie Blood. Yeah, so those are the ones I'm keeping, plus others, but those ones I can think of on the top of my head. Rhesus X will stay. I think that's about it. And obviously White and Bubblegum will also be there, but we'll see. Uh, Ernie caught a crayfish last week, exact colour of what I'm shooting. Yeah, it's at this time of year that they do go red. They do go red more than anything. And obviously at different times of year, they darken right up. So let's just see what this machine's doing. I've got one at 285, so that's the green pumpkin at 285, and then we're catching up. So that's going to drop down. It heats up and then drops it down. We're at 270 with the it's Rhesus X. So it's Rhesus X and Red Signal, Rhesus X and Green Pumpkin put together. So I'll just keep an eye on that. And once it levels off, we'll give it a plunge. Right. So who's here? Who's here? If you're still here, say hi in the chat, and we'll get this done. I just need to get this, just get it dialed in. That's it. But otherwise, who is fishing this weekend? Who's fishing this weekend? I think I'm fishing tomorrow night. Going to try and catch some nocturnal zander. Um, so that'd be good. So that's going to be finesse fluke drop shot, pretty much, pretty much. Yeah. So who's going out? Who's going out this weekend? And what are you fishing for? Two-tone. No, I mean everything, if you look at everything, there's a top and a bottom to them. So crayfish, they're a different colour underneath than they are on top. You've also got the fact that you can have a real contrasty colour. So if you go with chartreuse, which will give you also a little bit of UV, and green pumpkin on top. Funny enough, some creatures do go that yellow colour, but then having that chartreuse as well, that UV, it gives that. It doesn't double your chances. It just puts something in their face, and sometimes they just want to eat something. Um, so that's the thing. So there's colours to match the hatch. Well, don't get me wrong. I I'm quite happy to fish June bug and green pumpkin all day long. It's not much else to it. In fact, those colours are staying. Um, but again, this year or shortly, short, the plan is to be in shops. The plan is to be in shops, in bulk boxes. So that's the plan. And to really get that as a thing, I don't. Oh, there we go. To get that as a thing is, I need to have a bit more colour, be a bit more colourful with what we've got. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. Ernie's on grandparents' duties this weekend. It's not a bad thing, unless you really want to go fishing. Then it's not a good thing at all. Um, and he's going Beaver Dune Bug, yeah. And he's going on a bass road trip next week for 6. I'm guessing that's 6 weeks. Yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said you were going away. Enjoy, have fun. Uh, Andy Smith still here fishing again Sunday and Monday, hoping to replicate last weekend's big result. Might go hunting for Xander somewhere. Uh, as the poet's going to say, well, yeah, you had some great fish, didn't you? They were some very nice fish. Well done. Nice. So Andy's off to the southwest. Lovely road trip. All right, let me pop this VAR and just see how it's looking. Okay, so we just had a little blockage in there. So it's just, there we go. Just got to get the red signal to unclog. I think I took the temperature down too far. So in the pots, the temperature was fine. But as it came out, work in progress, guys. Work in progress. So don't go below 270. And then here's the nice thing about this. So that's it. That's it. Might go up a smidge more. 270. Let's take it up to 272 on both sides. There we go. So we do that. Right, and then hopefully that's how it looks in there, and there's the bait. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there with it. Just looking, that's pretty damn clean. That's one of the best ones we've done so far. So 270. Ignore that. That'll go. Yeah, think I think we got it. I think we got it. So that's hanging up. Let's put that back together again. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, let's not beat around the bush on that. It is pretty cool. Uh, Christopher could be out perch fishing. Got to take it easy just from the doctors after a week in hospital again. Oh, mate, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Christopher. Um, and and he's got the phone problems. Andy, someone at his work had one a pound bigger than. Wow, everyone's getting the lure buzz. Well, you know where you got to send them. Right, let's do this. Let's send it. Let's do a full shoot. Obviously, this might not be. The one that concerns me is the Invi molds because it's quite small but has a lot of cavities. This might not be enough pressure, and it might. Let's see, raise the pressure just a smidge. There we go. Yes, I'll raise the pressure a smidge and we'll go on that one. I'll think about a 3 second shoot. Make sure it's straight. Right, we're now onto the 40mm Claw 21s. And what's nice is I can shoot at a cooler temperature. So shooting at a cooler temperature means that you get less denting. It's they're ready to demold quicker. Oh, it hands out your affiliate link, Andy. That's good. That's good. Yeah, get on it. Stuart thinks the machine's good, but He has a problem. He's got full lure boxes. Not a bad place to be. Full lure boxes. Oh, Jay's got the night fishing bug. Yeah, yeah. I mean, night fishing for Xander is great fun. Right, I'm going to do the one that I'm concerned with now, which is the Envy. This is one that we've raised the pressure up for, and because it's such a lot of cavities, there we go. I'll give that a bit of a longer shoot. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, as I say, there is only one way to find out. Check out the new clamps. Look at them. There's a beastie. Yeah. So if it goes well, this will be 27 core 21s. So yeah, they're coming out really nice. Coming out very nice. So there's your, that'll be your red signal. There's the green pumpkin top. So because the green pumpkin is transparent, you're getting a bit of that red show through, which is nice. So they don't all come out perfect. Not yet. But one thing I am going to do is I'm going to redo my molds as well to optimize this. So what that's going to involve is a lot of making aluminium smaller and putting a divider between the colours. And then that's also going to save on the wastage. So I can actually remelt the sprues in between times. So you can see, this is actually the longest part of the process now, is demolding what you've just shot. Yeah, I think that's the next stage, is change the molds. Change the molds around and get it done that way. So on there, there's still, so that one, yeah, that was just all red there, you can see that. But the others are good to go. Take care, Thiago. Thank you very much. And just buy more boxes. I like your style, Andy. I like your style. Frogs are going to look mega in some of the colours. Yeah, it is a learning curve, mate. It is. So I've got to just embrace it, embrace what's happening, um, and just learn it. It's the same as everything else. You just learn it. It's only physics. It's only hot plastic. It's only a liquid going into a mold. So there's not much to it. It's just that refining, um, that refinement process that will hopefully won't take too long. So you're looking at that. It looks like so it goes down lovely, goes down there lovely, but then there's just a little smidge where it just does too much red. So maybe I'll, 'cause the ports are adjustable as well. That's probably got a lot of adjustments. But we are getting some nice baits. I mean, you can see on the claws, I'd throw those, but there's just the red is taking over just a little bit, just taking over. So again, it's not the end of the world. It's not quite there. No, Stuart, I'm not going to go down that route. It's a bit like doing seconds. I can't control the color, so um, therefore I can't always replicate it. Oh, now that is a pleasant surprise. The in bee came out very well, which is yeah, like I said, that's a pleasant surprise. So the pressure was enough. We got one, two, three so far. I mean, I suppose I could melt down the red and that and just get a green pumpkin red, but a single colour. So I do hear you, Stuart. I do hear you. Could be a thing, but I'm erring on no on that. Like I said, I've got if I do redo these molds, they will be redone in a way that they will save a lot of wastage, so that the only thing that will get thrown away will be the uh, any lures that don't make it. could just give away. Could just do that. Have I played with the triple option yet? No, no. This is the second time I've used this machine. This is the second time, so it's, it's a hell of a thing. Like I say, it's a big old learning curve to her. This is where I get concerned, is on the smaller lures, because there's not a lot of lure to there's not a lot of lure. So when I don't want to have to change the recipe for the smaller lures to make one side darker or heavier and this, that, and the other. So getting such a good, when it might be that I need to drop the temperature on the red or raise the temperature. Maybe I'll go up. Maybe green pumpkin just needs to be a smidge higher temp than the red. Could be as simple as that. But they'll fish. They'll do it. 100% they'll do it. Yeah, that big bar across the top, that'll be separated into colours. Um, for the time being, it isn't, because I haven't got that facility in the mould yet. But I'll show you how that's going to work. Oh no, I won't, because the camera will fall off. Might have a mould up there that has it. I know I've got a mould up there that has it, but I've just got to find it. Mm. Yeah, basically use a strip of steel uh, or glass, and it separates the sprues, separates the two colours, and then I'll be able to remelt that and reuse it. And this is why I'm doing uh, the stock colours. So if I'm keeping Rhesus X, because I don't know why I am, but it feels like I should. Um, if I'm keeping that, then I'm using Rhesus X as the colour for this. Yeah, the Imbies look great. Thank you. The Imbie was actually going to be on a chopping block, purely because it's not a popular lure. I don't know why, but it's awesome. Yeah, I don't know why, but it just isn't. But with this system, I can just shoot that mold 5 times, and I've got 100. And I'm going to start selling the singles, multi buy discounts for singles. There you go. There's the K2 50 mil. That came out really well. Hmm. Yeah, they came out very well. So what this machine's taken away is any human error in the actual shooting process. It hasn't taken away errors in temperature or things like that. So that's just something that you got to kind of just got to go with and just learn it for each color, because each color has a slightly different. If you use more pigment in one than the other, that's going to change things around, and the pigment itself's got its own durometer, so it's either going to be stiffer. So if you start adding powders in, so like your OERs and things like that, um, you thicken up the mix. Okay, let's try different lures. We'll try frogs. I'll try the big K2 because they're the same size molds. Now the frogs have got a top and bottom. I'm thinking that hmm, my mind says green pumpkin top, red on the bottom. What do you think? Right, actually, what I'll do, I'll show you. I think those are what I'm looking for. So I made the 35mm frog with this system in mind. So what you have with this system is a strip there, and that's going to cover up both sides. So I'll add I'll add that. The trouble is with this, I didn't make enough of a gate for it. So when I was having to shoot hotter, it you got a lot of shrinkage on the frogs, which is never good. But we'll try it. We'll try it. Right, top, 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 top. That way. Right, so first up, let's get this K2. That's come out lovely. Really nice. So just putting the temperature up a smidge on the green pumpkin might have squared that away. Might have. Don't want to jinx it, but they came out good. They came out good. I'm going to write this down. Hey Tony, how you doing? Oh, we haven't done much. We haven't done much. It's uh, it's the second time we're using this new machine, Tony. So yeah, teething problems, but we're getting some nice baits, get some nice baits out of it. So yeah, one thing that's definitely what I've got to do. I'm going to change the orientation of the molds as well. So instead of having cavities and then uh, screw and then cavities, it's all going to be cavities going up the way because gravity's your friend. You know that air gets pushed up and you fill up from the bottom. Um, it's just a better way of shooting this stuff. Right, the first frog. So this is the 40 mil. Yeah, so you can see that bottom pairing hasn't come out as good as it should. So, but as you get up to the top, so that's more mold design than anything else. But yeah, that works. Right, and here's that system. So ignore the flashing because this is a little bit thicker than it should be. So that's why there's a lot of flashing around the outside. But there is much better. So when you see the molds, production molds, they're this way. They're this way. They've got that bit down the middle, and then that bit down the middle. Give it some. Give it a smidge of lube. And there you go. So now you've got both sides there. So there's not any wastage. Just tiny bit there. And that's a good way to be. That's a good way to go. But yeah, that's the clever boy stuff. So I have that as a runner going uh, all the way along. I've changed the mold orientation and the cavities within it, and we'll be on fire. It will be an absolute joy to work with and make lures. So the nice thing about shooting cooler is that you don't get any denting, which is nice. So hand pouring, I'm shooting at around 300, so quite viscous. Whereas here we're shooting at 285, 272. So it does make a big difference. Right, I think that'll do, huh? I think that'll do. That's an hour. Whew. I'm not do not make an order ahead of a live lab session. I know, I know. Well, no, these colours don't bleed. You can't do those ones. And yeah, well, they're all surface lures because you rig them weightless, soft plastic, it floats. If you add a hook, you'll start to negate that buoyancy. The 50 mil frogs do float because I've incorporated put an air chamber into those. Um, Where's a 50? Have I got any 50s anywhere? Yeah. Right, there's the 50s in Junebug, and they've got an air chamber in the butt section. But what I also provide with the floating frogs is some EVA foam strips, and then you can actually cut a slice and put that inside, which will then make sure it's super buoyant. Um, yeah, that's that. I'm just trying to think how much plastic I've used. I think we're getting up to how much did I put in there? I put in 800 in each. Yeah, we've come to the end. Let's not finish up on there. Let's do some more Claw 21s. No, we've got to do some FFS first. No, I don't like that. Don't like that. Uh, Green pumpkin on top. Yeah. That's it. That rush of air means it's empty. Sod's law in it. Sod's law. So when it's empty, it wasn't bad timing though, was it? It wasn't bad timing at all. Yeah, looks like we used up more green pumpkin than the Rhesus X. So there we go. Oh, right then. Uh, Yorkshire Angler. Would I do the sticks the same way that deal that Z-Man do? No, I'll do a better colour than them. Can I say it? Can I say it? Uh, Color called something special. Much better. Much better. Just thinking surface lures work more on shadow than color. You'd be surprised, mate, with from what I've seen. Yes, they do. So I've had them on movement and everything else, but some lures still do better. So even white on top is still good. Black on top still good. Um, but also you're talking pure surface lures, so those that float. So I like to use a weightless fluke. So I chuck that, I work it, and when I work it hard across the surface, and where I hook it so it's slightly under the chin. So you get that affair. So that's your line, and that's the lure. So as you pop it, it darts and comes out of the water like a fleeing bait fish, but then pop, 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 pause, let it sink a little bit, and that's where the color comes into it if they've been chasing behind and everything else. So yes, it's how you want to think. It's how much you want to put into it, how much you want to think about it. Uh, Right, there we go. What I'm going to do then, while you're still here, I'm going to pop these. And colour's a confidence thing, isn't it? If you're confident, you're going to throw it. If you're not going to throw it. So the heat in here may make these pop up, but if not, I'll just give it a bit of air. That's it. That's going to vent now. It's bloody hot. I've burnt myself already. I'm going to pop that with a little bit of air. There we go. There we are. That's a new machine. Not as simple as it could be, but there you go. It's all good. We'll get there. So mold designs, all sorts, all sorts. Uh, that's all right, Andy. It's you've been fishing for a long time, mate. So it's whatever you want to throw and however you want to put into it. That's my take on it. and my experiences and what have you. But other people just throw black and white and catch loads of fish because they're in the right place and they're doing the right things. So that's that really. Anything anyone wants to ask before we say that'll do? Happy Friday. Go and get a beer. Oh, cool. Well, thank you everyone for being here. It's been awesome. No idea how many people. Oh, 8 people left. Don't know what it was at the peak. So there we go. Thank you very much for having a watch and being here and sharing my work time with me. Makes it go faster. And really enjoy your weekend. Take care. Tight lines. Ta-da. Oh, okay, Basslers. Uh, Basslers, go for it. If I was, I would throw for bass, and I don't fish for bass at all. 100%, don't do it. But fish is fish. Um, get a lure in front of them, and they're going to go for it. You know, the Claw 21, the K2, the FFS, uh, the fluke. The fluke. I don't know why people don't just chuck the fluke more. Stick it, stick it on a uh, either chuck it weightless if you're not having to cast too far. I mean, I do cast quite a way, but maybe not far enough, especially on the coastal wind. But belly weight it. Put a belly weight on the offset hook and work it. But if they're fish on the bottom, like I say, there's guys chuck just the normal K2, Craw 21, and FFS, and they catch fish. Obviously, I've got the Sandy Andes. I've got a couple of chappies left from that foray into it. Will I do bass lures? Possibly, possibly. Really, I just see that is just upsizing, upsizing what I already do, and that's a bit about it really. Unless there's anything that I'm missing. Um, Stuart, no, thank you. Thank you for popping along. And yeah, I'm going to get a lot of cigarette type burns on my hands. That's crazy. Yeah, so there you go. I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah, say it again. Take care. Tight lines. Ta-da.